Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Laurent, for this question, challenging questions. So, yes, we are the database portal. We are in the lucky position to take care of the ESPONS project data, the wealth of data that you, all the projects cherish. We are happy to see many projects delivering the data. Currently, we have 18 projects delivering the data. 10 more are upcoming. We also have the previous projects from the 2013 program. So it has been since long a debate around the database portal, what it should do. Be an archive, a memory of the project's data, be a data provider for the current projects, be also a database for the outside world. And in the end, I think it should be all of that, which is a lot, in fact. So how to make the database portal more friendly? We started with some back office work structuring the data. We are in an era of data abundance. Yesterday, we talked about big data. I think this morning we will talk again a bit about big data. I don't know exactly when big data starts, with how many records, but just a few figures. Currently, we are handling more than 800 indicators. I mean, you could say data tables. We have more than 4 million single records. We are also handling more than 250,000 special units in the database. We see that more and more precise data is coming. We have the FUA, but we have also the LAU data. We have the gridded data. So there is really an explosion of data. So our first step to make this information more accessible is to structure it correctly. And what we did to start is to try to reduce the number of indicators. I talked about 800 indicators, but if you look at these indicators, many of them can be grouped, in fact. If you have age classes, you can have 20 age classes, which each one is an indicator in its sense, but we decided to group them as one indicator, for instance. The same for the current land cover data, where we have dozens of classes, land cover classes. We just made it one indicator. So this is an important work that we do with the projects. We try to see how the data can be grouped in this way. So in the end, now we have around 200 real indicators, I would say. Then the second step is to develop the user interface. So we are still in the process of developing it. The idea is to give a quick access to the main data. It means what the projects consider are the main indicators. That's really the main focus of the user interface. And also to give a quick access to data in a readable, machine-readable format, something that can be directly opened in a spreadsheet software or GIS software. So for the time being, we provide what we call CSV files, tables, and also GIS files. Users can also download data as bulk sets of project archives. So if you're interested in the whole data of one specific project, you can also download it this way. And then thirdly, we provide web services. It's a bit a technological way. It's more for, I would say, specialized users, but it allows the data to be directly used by third-party applications. Then the next slide. Do I have to move myself? Oh, sorry. Thank you. How to keep the data up to date? This is a very big challenge indeed. What I have to say is that for the base indicators, we are setting up a procedure, an updating procedure, which will be semi-automatic, but mainly manual, I would say, because it's really a tricky endeavor. It's also an added value as compared to the Eurostat data. We had this question, why do you provide Eurostat data in fact, there is a real added value from the SPAN database in the terms of gap filling, consistency check, outlier detection, and all these things. So this is a real added value, but it's really a challenging task. And then, so we will update the base indicator, that come mainly from Eurostat. And concerning the project indicator, the important thing to understand is that we will not update the project indicators because it is a delivery as of the end of the projects. So we are not in a position to update the data, but we provide the methodology and the genealogy of the indicator so that a user can possibly replicate the process and the creation of the indicators. So I think it's very important to understand this aspect and the difference between the base indicator that we will update and the project indicator that we will not update.